can we hack our way into flow? Can we will our way, or how can we get into it more consistently and reliably?
Well, you can't will your way there. So here's what we've learned. And a lot of this was research. Some of it was done. There was actually work done that we did, the Flow Genome Project. And there's a kind of been a parallel research project in Sweden at the Karolinska Institute. And we weren't really in communication with one another, but we've both driven in the same direction and discovered the same thing, which is we now know that flow states have triggers, preconditions that lead to more flow. And there are about 20 of them that we know of. There's probably way, way more, but we know of 20. And the simplest way to think about this is the one thing we know to be absolutely certainly true about flow is it can only show up when all your attention is focused in the right here, the right now, in the present moment. So that's really what these triggers do. They drive attention into the present moment. Or, if I were to put it more formally, I'd say, hey, these 20 things are among the 20 things that evolution shaped our brain to pay the most attention to. And what we've discovered is that shit is really trainable. And I got to tell you, man, like that was shocking news to me. You know what I mean? When we started this research, we started working with the best of the best, elite special forces, top professional and Olympic athletes, that top CEO, that level of thing. And we thought we needed to be working there mainly because it was going to be so hard. What we've learned, and I'll give you a classic example. So we did a couple of years ago a joint learning project at Google, and we took about 80 Googlers, I think it was 80, might be 60, from all over the company, everywhere. You have facilities and engineering, coders, PR, marketing, take your pick. And we trained them up in the 4 high performance basics. And I mean basics, man, like sleep hygiene, get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night and be really protective of your sleep and, that sort of thing. And then the use of 4 flow triggers. And after a 6-week course that had about an hour of homework a day, we saw a 35 to 80% boost in flow.
Wow. That's life-changing.
So yeah, wait. Let me take it one step further for you, which is we got it at the Flow Genome Project, right? You go to our website, there's a Flow Fundamentals course. Anybody can take it. And we've
taking it right now.
But close to 1,000 people have taken it. And we measure pre and post, right? And what we're finding is that on average, measuring 7 different metrics for flow, we're seeing a 70% boost per metric. And the point I'm making here, well, 2 points. One, McKinsey, just to put this in perspective for you, when they did their work, they figured out that most people, probably without knowing it, and I can talk about why if you're curious, spend about 5% of their work life in flow. If you could boost that to about 20%, so a 15 percentage point jump, overall workplace productivity in America would double. Wow. That's crazy, right? So we got, these huge boosts. And what I want to point out is that it's not entirely, I'll take some credit, but it's not entirely that our Kung Fu is so good. It's that this stuff is really easy to train. It's really easy to train. It's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday who's kind of a neuropsychologist, and we were talking about the same thing, that like a lot of what we're discovering about, high performance is it's not that hard to train. You have to do it. You have to be diligent about it. And it requires sort of living in different ways than we're accustomed to living, but it's not crazy difficult. And this is not to say that, anybody who takes this advice can go out and, swim like Michael Phelps or, write books like Tolstoy, right? But everybody can, massively improve their performance with this stuff. That's for sure.
If what you've heard on Flow Research Collective Radio has been helpful, please consider doing us a solid and leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening to this. Reviews help us connect to a wider audience so we can get these peak performance principles out to more people.